Great 60-minute segment, right? Just incredible what this procedure does. I have a link on my article page to an article from Discover Magazine detailing the history of these procedures and the effects they have on the body. I want to point a few things out about this video. First, the human body is amazing. But one lady goes from up to 8 shots of insulin in a day to cured in only a matter of days. Those with sleep apnea cured. Though not discussed in this video, hypertension and triglyceride numbers begin to improve in days. All this occurs while the individual is still obese. The fat isn't gone in days. If being fat was the cause of these symptoms, as we are led to believe by the medical field, why do the symptoms disappear even though the fat is still abundantly present? My question is, why can't obesity also be a symptom of the same thing that causes the diabetes and the sleep apnea and the hypertension and all the other symptoms grouped under metabolic syndrome? It seems logical that this is the case. While I am on how quickly the body heals itself, I'd like to share an observation about The Biggest Loser television show. I'm not a huge fan because I don't think it addresses the real cause of obesity, and the success of these people is achieved under unreal circumstances. I do think, however, that it did provide a wonderful insight to how resilient the human body is. Some of these people had been inactive for years. When they show up, they have a hard time even doing the simplest of physical tasks. Within weeks, these people are performing some really impressive workouts. In months, they could hang with 90% of the people out there. They are physically fit long before they have lost all their weight. People think they have to lose all the weight before they feel good, but that is absolutely not the case. You get healthy and physically fit long before all the weight is gone. Same is true with the gastric bypass surgery. Get on the path. Within a few weeks, you will be feeling better. In a couple of weeks, you can be feeling like a new you. Just keep that feeling going and don't look back. And don't let a bad day or stumble knock you off the path. Everyone has a misstep here and there. Bad step, get back on it. Okay, back to the 60 Minutes video. It seems pretty clear from Dr. Rubino's research that something is definitely amiss with the duodenum. The medical field acknowledges that the thyroid can malfunction and lead to weight gain. Why is that the only part of the body that can malfunction and lead to weight gain? Obtaining energy and nutrition from the food that we eat is one of the most complicated processes the body performs and involves almost every organ and gland in the body, and yet the thyroid has been singled out as the only part of the body that can cause weight gain? It's either the thyroid or it's got to be that you are weak-willed and lazy? Really? This procedure and its effects were written about in 1984. Why were they ignored until now? I know what I think the reasons are, but I want to keep this program positive, so I will end my minor rant with that question. One of the reasons that this has not been talked about much is that why these things occur after gastric bypass surgery is still poorly understood. It turns out many things change in the body after this procedure. The problem is figuring out which change led to these marvelous happenings. My answer to this is, who cares which one it is? Let's try to duplicate as many of the changes that they have found as we possibly can. Once again, this leads to a problem for the medical field. There is no pill or 2 pills that they can prescribe. There are a few things that your doctor can prescribe to help, but there is no single pill that can achieve this. The most interesting change is in the gut microbiome, as discussed earlier. This is an amazing subject, and the microbiome can be made up of between 500 to 1,000 species of bacteria. The numbers here can be staggering. You actually have more than 10 times more bacterial cells in you than you have human cells. There is approximately 3 to 5 pounds of bacteria in your body. What's more is that the bacteria can have profound influences on what you want to eat depending upon the makeup of your microbiome. Their survival depends upon it. There is a whole section of the website devoted to the gut microbiome. It is the most important aspect of biochemistry weight loss. Biochemistry weight loss is centered around getting your microbiome correct. It has a major impact on your weight and almost every aspect of your health. How can that be? Well, if you think about it, your digestive system is like the foundation of your health, and like the foundation of a building, If it is in disrepair, it can have catastrophic effects throughout the whole structure. A bad foundation on a building can crack floors and ceilings and walls, jam doors and windows, bust water and sewage pipes. It will eventually destroy the building if not fixed. That is exactly what your digestive system is to your health. It has got to be fixed. And let me promise you this, I know you are here for weight loss. That is why I started down this path. But you are going to be amazed at how much healthier you are and the confidence that gives you. Okay, let me show you another area of biochemistry weight loss. It revolves around this statement. When you eat your food may be as important, if not more important, than what you eat. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Well, it's anything but crazy and was made by Dr. Panda of the Salk Institute. Once again, this is very serious science. This is not Billy Bob's Weight Loss and Oil Change blog. The Salk Institute is one of the most esteemed research centers in the world. Much of what you know about eating and weight loss is being discredited. It will serve you well if you can throw out all the malarkey you have read or heard over the past 30 or 40 years and start anew. You must realize that the information you have been taught over the last decades has contributed greatly to the rise in obesity in this country. I know it's crazy, but these are the leading research centers in the world. There is an article in the New England Journal of Medicine, no higher authority than this in the country, that states exactly this. The article is called Myths, Presumptions, and Facts About Obesity. And yes, there's a link in the reading section to the entire article. What I want to share with you really quickly, however, are two quotes from leading obesity researchers taken from a New York Times article titled Myths of Weight Loss Are Plentiful, Researcher Says. Discussing the New England Journal of Medicine article. First is this beauty. In my view, said Dr. Jeffrey Friedman, a Rockefeller University obesity researcher, there is more misinformation pretending to be fact in this field than in any other I can think of. And then there is this wonderful observation. I feel like cheering, said Madeline Fernstrom, founding director of the University of Pittsburgh Weight Management Center. When it comes to obesity beliefs, she said, we are spinning out of control. I applaud these statements, but I do have to wonder why these myths and misinformation were not challenged decades ago. What's more, we are still living these lies. There is hardly a day that goes by where you cannot hear or read many of these same myths being repeated over and over. I can only say to you, you should read and listen to everything that is told to you with a jaundiced ear and eye, including this site. I implore you to listen and read the material on this site and make your own judgment. I think you will journey down my path, but it is important that you understand and make the decision to do so. You need to do it because you believe it is the truth. Now, I've gone on a little longer than what I wanted, but these are important considerations for you, and a lot of this information is going to surprise you. In fact, I'm going to let that be the lead in to my next video. This is a tremendous video. This is a TED Talk titled Why Fasting Bolsters Brain Power, given by Dr. Mark Mattson. Dr. Mattson is chief of the Laboratory of Neurosciences at the National Institute of Aging Intramural Research Program. He is also a professor of neuroscience at Johns Hopkins University. This is one of the leading anti-aging experts in the world. What I love about this is that this is not weight loss research. This is brain research. A lot of this is about preventing Alzheimer's and other dementia, retarding the progress of arthritis and other ailments of aging. This is what I am talking about when I say you are not just going to be losing weight. You are going to be creating the healthiest body you have ever had. It just so happens that bolstering brain power is also extremely beneficial to weight loss and diabetes prevention. And for a person who has about 2 synapses left, this was very important to me. Enjoy the video.